Good afternoon, this is Cheryl and welcome to instalment 15 of Untame Your Flame. Today I wanted to talk about how people control their feelings and what they do to suppress their feelings as well. It's understandable when a lot of people go through challenge or painful situations that bring up like emotional stuff. They often use something or find something outside of themselves to suppress that or to make themselves feel better on the inside. That could be another person, it could be food, alcohol, drugs, sex. There's a whole mixture of things that people will use, and I realised that it's actually it's to try and make themselves feel more comfortable rather than to have to deal with that discomfort, but it's also to bring themselves into balance. When we feel that surfacing of emotion, it makes us feel out of balance inside, so we intuitively know whatever it is on the outside that we need that's going to bring that back into balance. However, what the twin flame journey teaches and what you learn as you evolve in general is that it actually happens within. You have to find that inner balance yourself without relying on anything or anyone from the outside. It also made me think it's not just painful emotions or painful situations that people try to suppress. It's actually something that people have done to self-sabotage. We actually often suppress good feelings or feelings of pleasure, and I don't just mean in a sexual context, I mean just anything that feels good in life. It's like we keep ourselves away from that. And I think I've always seen there to be some sort of link between who you are in the bedroom, who you are sexually, and who you are in life. I think a lot of the behaviour reflects, but you actually can learn how to control your feelings of control, or how much you want to let in your feelings, like good feelings. And I've noticed that I've done this in life. I've almost kept myself in situations and jobs and relationships and friendships, the whole thing, and kept myself back from what's going to make me feel good and what brings me that heightened level of joy. And I've actually been reading a book recently called The Elusive Orgasm, and it's actually, I've had a few epiphanies from reading it, because it's something that really, I wouldn't go as far as to say breaks my heart, that's a bit dramatic, but it's something that really gets to me, with personally, but just with women in general. It's an issue that women have, and I want to get to the bottom of what causes that. And actually, I've not finished it yet, but I have. I've had a few epiphanies reading it. One of which was, you learned how to stop your feelings of sexual pleasure becoming stronger. And it was literally like a light bulb went off in my head when I read that. I was like, oh, I get it. It's almost like I've been living on that masculine energy side. If I was a guy and I'd learned how to do that, that'd be brilliant. So it's not over in 5 minutes. But as a woman, it's a bit more of an issue. I suppose it's an issue for both sexes, but if a guy can control that, then yeah, it's gonna help the situation. But yeah, and I think that's what a lot of women do for some reason, through shame or through fear of vulnerability or a feel of being out of control or something. They've learned how to stop that at a certain level and not let it go past that. So I feel like this is where the twin flame energy exchange comes in as well. I feel like my twin flame might be holding more of the feminine energy where that's concerned, and sexual contact would make us exchange the masculine for feminine energy so that I can come from the right place. No pun intended there. That really wasn't intended, but you know what I mean, so that you can so it comes from a feminine place rather than masculine controlling energy. And then there was something else, hang on, I'm trying to find it. I also realised that a lot of people try and like avoid their avoid actually being in the moment and feeling in the moment, whether that's in life or whether it's sexually. They don't want to do the things that make them feel present. Like for me, writing makes me feel present, dancing makes me feel present, singing and expressing myself through words makes me feel present. But I seem to, or I've chosen to do things that don't make me feel in the moment, that sort of distract me from myself. And I think this can really sexually as well, because I think a lot of the time people get so in their head and they're not actually in their body to experience like the feelings. And I also saw in this book, it says you're so busy being a spectator that you've stopped being a participant. So I might just leave that at that for today, and I want you to think about where and what situations in life are you so busy being a spectator that you've forgotten to be a participant. So yeah, so speak your truth, express your truth, embody your truth, so that you can untame your flame and be seen, be free and be powerful.